Paul Mosley made the decision in 2005 to make the business a go full-time. For 20 years now, he's cemented his name as one of the transmissions of choice. He's supplied many of successful names in the sport. No matter if it's your everyday driver or your hot rod, call on Paul's Transmission for your tranny needs. You can contact Paul's Transmission at 864-592-1129.
490 Outlaw is where racers come to line up and let it fly. Side-by-side racing, 2 cars, 1 finish line, and everything decided right there on the track. It's close from start to finish, where every run matters and every round is earned. This is for racers who want real competition. You don't coast, you don't guess, you show up ready, you cut a light, and you race it out every pass. It's not about one lucky run, it's about putting together clean passes, round after round, when it counts the most. Consistency wins, focus wins, and execution wins. When the lights drop, it's just you, the car next to you, and the stripe. If you're ready for tight racing and real competition, this is where you want to be. Check out 490 Outlaw Racing on Facebook for more info.
Fat Rabbit and Stick Show. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing. They ain't cut us off yet, have they?
Not yet. Not yet.
Tonight's pretty excited. We've sort of wanted this for a while. And then, of course, the race coming together. And it was a perfect timing because we ain't had a lot of – this week we had all the rain that we had. We just don't have any results. And it was like, man, this is a great time to have Seth on. And we're going to have Corey, but Corey's under the weather, but Seth is definitely going to be a good show for sure. But
oh yeah,
you gonna bring Chad in just for a minute?
Oh yeah. What's going on, buddy?
Hey fellas,
what's up, man? Oh,
have they raised the rent on y'all yet for the production of the show?
They hadn't.
You know, gas prices actually falling a little bit. I didn't know if the rent went up for y'all or not, or.
No, they hadn't yet. I don't know if it feels sorry for us or
well, the way that's interfering with the reception last week. I didn't know if y'all had to pay a little extra this week or not. So
that was rough. That was rough.
I don't know if Tom must not pay the bill. He just said, "We'll get you this amount of money, but we'll get the rest of it this week." So, fingers crossed we don't have any technical difficulties. So
I hate I had to run off on y'all last week. So
oh yeah, karaoke. Did you win?
Yeah, I got in the top 4.
Yeah. Okay. How many was entered?
4.
What was your go-to song?
I got it right here. If y'all want to say, well, the video I sent in to get into the show. I think I got it right here somewhere. If I can find it. Let me see here.
I hope his baby's got her blue jeans on.
They say it might be some Oak Ridge boys, probably.
I think that's it right there. That's the one I sent in to get on the show.
Here you go again, you say. You want your freedom.
Man.
Well, who am I to keep?
Yeah, I got to get a voice, ain't I?
Absolutely. Facial expressions are selling it too, man.
I mean, I've heard you over the years sing, and I don't know. That really ain't a bucket, a tune in a bucket. It's more like a slop jar, I think, more than.
Now they was putting on this little place down in Pickens, thongs, things, and chicken wings, and I think JJ Brock used to work there back years ago. He was a dishwasher boy. But
is that your shout out tonight?
Yeah, JJ, yeah, thongs, things, and chicken wings.
Chad, you got a shout out?
I do. We'll probably talk a little bit more about it at the end of the show, but if anybody earns the respect or the title of having a bounty put on them, that's my kind of deal. Shout out to Eddie Pauley, the bounty man. 6-0 put a bounty on him for this weekend. So y'all boys better tighten it up, or EP's gonna take that bounty money home.
Oh yeah.
Well, he not to be outdone, but Mr. Bug McCarty, he's got a bounty on Shane at Grill
Really?
this week. Yes, sir.
Sweet.
$500. If you beat him second round on, you get the $500. If not, he takes the money home with him. So we got two bounties on two different drivers' heads. So it's EP and Shane. So
You gonna break old Blue out for $500 bounty?
I'd probably embarrass myself.
Wow.
BB, yeah, I don't know what that really was, BB. I ain't really sure.
Well, he just needed to get qualified. He don't want to show his hand yet. That's the way these heads
Same
up
thing.
guys are. They're gonna he's gonna show his real talent when it gets down to the championship.
Sandbagging a little bit.
I used to want to sing at church. It was solo, but my wife kept telling me it's a solo. Nobody can hear you. Just be quiet.
Yeah.
But for sure. BB, thank you for tuning in, buddy. That's cool. My shout out, and I guess I'm gonna piggyback off of our guest tonight, and we'll get into that. But man, shout out to Seth, Zach, the whole Buff family, Corey, anybody you can name that was involved this weekend. Shout out to them, man. That's the fortitude, I guess I'm gonna go with, to continue on and do what they did, and the effort they put in, endless effort. And I mean, I had several tell me since this weekend that Seth and crew made an effort to come around thanking everybody for being there. It's like, I'm not saying we don't get that at other tracks by no means, but what I'm saying is that for what they were dealt with, and for him to take the time to do what he did, to say that's goes a long ways. I mean, obviously, and
I agree.
So that's my shout out. I was going a different route, but I think that's fitting for tonight. So, did y'all want to bring Seth in?
Hey, buddy.
What's up,
going
man?
on?
Appreciate you hanging in here with us tonight.
I'm glad to be here, man. Like I told you, I love this show.
We appreciate it.
You got a shout out you want to give right quick, Seth?
Oh man, I mean it'll be a little cliche, but all the people that stuck it out with me over the weekend, I just, I keep telling them, I can't thank them enough. Just keeping their heads up, and the attitude all weekend was crazy. I mean every person that approached me, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm bracing to take my tongue lashings. I'm like, all right, here we go. And it's like they'd come up and like put their arm around you, and they're like, you keep your head up. This is good. We're having fun. I'm like, okay.
That's cool.
The fans and racers really came through this weekend.
That's cool. Yeah. So this was the 9th annual. Is that correct? I believe.
Yes.
And I had some questions geared around Corey being on, but we understand that for sure. But how many of these years has Corey been with you on this?
We started working together in 2012 or 2013.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Zach and I we were both at different jobs at the time. I mean, we still helped at the track on our off times, but I knew I wanted to get back to the racetrack full time. So I started really pushing in on the radial scene. And, in my mind, I was 21 at the time. I was like, if I bring something to the table, to make it worth the time, the racetrack can carry it, and that's what I was into at the time. That's what was hot. So we were going to different tracks, just kind of seeing what people were doing, how track prep was working and whatnot. And we bumped into Corey. We had his name come up a lot, and we bumped into him at Farmington. And we're like, hey, man, we're going to put a race on. We'd like you to be involved. And it just went from there. We've become best friends, and he's helped our program so much. I mean, all that graphics and stuff over the years, and he's a great promoter. He hangs in there and makes sure he posts every day, where it's hard for me to get to. I talk to people about like the mental switch to go from business to labor. Like I'm out there hanging lights and fixing water pipes and stuff, and then I've got to somehow get home and sit down in front of a computer and start doing things. So he's been a huge, add-on to Shady Side.
For sure. That's cool, man. Because it seems like, and I know it ain't just you. There's a whole army there at Shady Side, but for you and him, y'all seem to really gel together. It's like he picks you up in areas you can't do, and vice versa. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's nice to have that. Like you said, I've got a whole. I talk to other tracks and stuff, and I'm like, I'm in a different scenario than a lot of people. Like my whole family's there. My wife is a huge help for me on the business side, like sending emails. If you get a really professional response, it's not coming from me. Mine's going to be something like a good time. He helps with all that kind of stuff in the corporate world, making sure I don't forget things, all that good stuff. And then Zach's wife is a big part. She handles the gate. She helps us with merchandise in the concession. And obviously Grandma and Dad. It's a whole, like I said, I've got a built-in labor force that doesn't even have to get paid sometimes. So.
Chad, what you got?
I was just saying, talking about the 9th annual and stuff. I mean, excluding the last 2 years with what you've done with the King of the South. I mean, talked about a little bit before then. I mean, you sort of focus on pro mods at one time there with the Ronnie Buff race. I mean, talk about how it's sort of built up to these last 2 years, if you can.
So really, yeah. I mean, one thing that kind of, because of the height of the King of the South gets missed is like, when Grandpa passed, he passed in April. And I was like, all right, Dad was pretty adamant about having the memorial that year. And I was like, well, it's Memorial Weekend. That was one of his favorite races. We always done something. I know he always enjoyed that. So the first one was pro mods, and the second and third were probably pro mods. I think I eventually scored it down to doing like some 4-car pro mod stuff because it just got harder to get at Shady Side. But another thing that kind of got looked over was that was one of the first times I paid $2,500 to win in the bracket races. And that started my whole $2,500 guaranteed purse. So like that race has really led into a lot of good changes, that we got to try. It's a good weekend. And yeah, just over the years, we've done different things. I'm trying to remember 3 years ago, the whole idea was to do something big for Grandpa's race. And so I remember it, like I was painting the walls, getting ready for some race. And I thought, I want a crown jewel event. And I think of that in the dirt world terms as like, that's 50,000 to win, and I thought I want to have a 50,000 to win drag race. And that's all I knew. I had no clue that I was wanting to do 28s. 28s were on the back of my mind. We had already had a couple of those small shootouts. And I called Corey and Dad, and both of them were like, man, I don't know, And it took Corey about 2 hours, and he calls me and he's like, we can do it this way. If we do this, I'm like, no, it's got to be 50. And he's like, okay. And then Dad called me the next day and he's like, I've been thinking. So it didn't take long for the gears to get rolling. And we got that off. And then after that first year, I just knew, I was like, I want to step it up again. But it all started like I was completely prepared for that race to break even. I had kind of designed it every race I do, I kind of design it with a fan count in mind of what it's going to take. And I'm like, okay, is that plausible or not? And so I had ran the numbers and I'm like, I might not make money, but we're going to have a big ass event and it's going to be cool. And that's all that started that, you know?
Yeah. So I guess I actually messed up a little bit. So you first event, that's the year Bumblebee wins, right? Is that correct? The big,
Yeah. 3 years ago, Lutz won.
Lutz. Okay. And so then that leads into last year's race, which was, like I say, just phenomenal, off the charts. And you obviously you've attracted the attention of Strange, and they've stepped up to help sponsor all that. I mean, is that still with you and Corey, or is that how does that actually work? If you can share with us.
As far as Strange goes, man, Corey, he knows Jake up there really well, and he got in touch with them. He had worked with them on some media stuff, and man, credit to Strange, they didn't bat an eye. They came on the first year we done it, and so that meant a lot to me. But yeah, they haven't faltered since. I mean, they called this year, and they're like, when are we getting set up? You know,
Nice.
But that whole deal just. It's everything's in house still. Strange is definitely a huge partner there, and I've always told you, I'm like, it means a lot to me because that's a huge company to be sponsoring a small track, you know, especially for one race. So I always thought it added a little validity to the race.
Absolutely.
Well, and how cool is that? Like you said about little small Shady Side and Strange, a company that's well known and taking a shot on you guys. I mean, that to me should obviously, like, the work that you guys have put in over the years, like, come to fruition, like to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just cool to me, like, to see like little old Shady Side, and it's like a Strange coming to you. You know, obviously Corey with the help there, but you know, so it's neat, dude.
It's pretty surreal, you know, and like going to I've went to PRI for years, and we've had some stuff happen over the years that was noteworthy and whatnot, but nothing like this, you know. You're getting up there and I'm barely getting in the door and somebody's hollering at me and they're like, what do I got to do to get on that list?
Right.
You know,
that makes you what you're doing seem right, you know, like it's worth it, you know. So and we talked a little bit before the show started, but like seeing the people in the stands, even on Sunday, with the threat of rain throughout the whole weekend, dude, that place was packed, you know. And then in Flow to be there, and you know, it just keeps growing and growing. And that was one of my thoughts was when Chad asked you, like, was the vision ever to be what it is now? You know, like, because like from year one to now, it's how far you've come. You know, it's awesome. But
yeah, it's blown since the very first year, it blew expectations out of the water. And so I spent a bunch of money and I done a bunch of stuff trying to get ready for the next year, and it wasn't enough. And then even this year with the rain, I mean, like, I ran out of parking, like, again, for race cars. I'm like, I was even contemplating Sunday saying, like, all right, no more street racer, because that was the only class that wasn't capped, was the street racer 630 class. And I'd contemplated being like, I don't have anywhere for you to go. Had it not rained, I would have had some more spots, but that rain really set me back. And so I just kind of let some guys know that, like, look, you may be parked up the road a little bit, but it wasn't going to stop them. Like, that was the crazy part, is like, if I told them, like, you're going to be in mud, they're like, I don't care, I'll put a tarp on. But yeah, the vision this never crossed my mind. It never, like I said, I knew it was going to be big. You know, I kind of had an idea. I knew what we were getting into, but it was never to this level. And then having Flo come aboard, that was something special. You know, and if y'all want to get into the live stream and stuff later, we can.
Yeah. for sure. Britt Sinclair's saying he's quitting bracket racing and he's going grudge racing.
Man, Todd Sinclair came up with that Misfits idea, and I'm really digging it.
Oh, yeah. Because I was talking to Parker and Will like through the weekend and then after Sunday, and they're like, man, we loved it. Like, we loved it. And I was like, that's cool because, like, you know, it's something different. Like, it's not the norm, you know, and but yeah, that's cool. So, Tom, what you got for him?
Well, I just your vision is just amazing. Me and Rusty had talked about. I remember coming down that hill, coming in, and I guess Virginia, the Garland's wife, she would take the money coming in.
Yeah.
We'd come in, and then they had a blue Chevrolet truck and it was dragging tires up down the track. They didn't have, you know, the fancy equipment that you got today. And, you know, the track even back then has always been known as a good working, if you're going to run your best numbers, go to Shady Side. It was going to always hook. But you had mentioned earlier about getting out about track prep. How have you, is that all you keeping up with? Because I know tires has changed, cars have changed, things has changed. You got concrete now, different things. And is that all you that's kept up with the track prep? Or have you, who's helped you? Because, I mean, you got a good thing going up there. Track works good. You got some fast cars. It's got to work good or you wouldn't have the quality of cars coming in there. But is that all you keeping up with track prep? And
that's mostly Zach. He really, we both delved into it really early on. And then just as we started kind of gaining traction, I started focusing more on dealing with actual programs, schedules, face-to-face with racers more. And Zach kept digging into the track prep because it got to a point where, you know, we both couldn't be on the track all the time. So he kept trucking right along. So, yeah, Zach handles all the track prep. So if it's bad, you blame him. Not me.
Gail's talking about parking over there on the creek side behind the tower. I remember that. I remember her dad's car. I remember all them days. Them were good days, man.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories and I've seen pictures of like how the place used to be and like where the bathroom's set now. That was a return road. And like Grandpa had a picture he showed me years ago and he was like, look at this. This was a big race back in 1990, whatever, you know, either right after I was born or just before I was born. And he's like, we had 100 and something cars here. And he's like, look at them all parked down there.
Yeah.
And it was all open trailers. And I'm like, my God, I could have been a car area if I tried now, you know?
Yeah. I mean, going back to your, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but your work ethic and what y'all do is obviously it was on full display this past weekend, but talking about your grandpa and stuff, I know your dad probably definitely, but your grandpa would be with that chest bowed out and proud of you guys. I mean, like what y'all done, and it's like you're always. You've said it already on the show. You're already making it. You make improvements all the time. I mean, like you've changed. You know, pulling in the staging lanes. That's changed. That's awesome. I love that. The stands, like you've added more parking up there, and it's like what this past week you're putting in a section of concrete. Yeah. Maybe the week before, but you know, and then your wind lights, your new wind lights. I mean, they're just. And you can speak on more about that, but it's just, to me, it's like you're not stopping, and you don't want to stop. You're always looking to better Shady Side, and I feel like, and you said now the family atmosphere, and Tom said it right there. It was a family back in the day before you were even you ever come to fruition, and it's like it's just. The next generation, and you're rolling with it. You know, it's new faces, but same old, same old. It's still the Buff family, just rolling along. You know, and that's cool, dude. It really is.
Yeah, the family aspect, one thing is like that gets misconstrued is like Grandpa actually bought Shady Side. So Grandpa Ronnie bought Shady Side, and Grandpa Garland came in with him in partners later. And it worked out good for him because Grandpa Garland had a lot of experience on different things. He had a dozer at the time, a bunch of different tools that they could use. And when they went in together, they just started working. And I mean, that's, once again, I really need to sit down and get all these pictures together. But yeah, I mean, my grandma Shorty, was Garland's wife, and Grandma Gail, my grandpa Ronnie's wife, they're putting in all that work. Dad was a teenager when they bought the place, and he's down there working. And you grow up around that. And I mean, at an early age, I knew that's kind of where I wanted to be. The first race I ever put on, I was 17, and I done an import show. That's what was, hot at the time for us. And it worked out real well, and I was hooked. I mean, I kept on doing little things over the years, and then but it's one of those deals where it's like, it's hard to explain. I tell the story all the time at the track now is like, it's my great grandpa, my dad, me, and now we're raising kids down there. I'm like, there's 5 generations that are moving through here. And they're like, the place just has a vibe. And I'm like, man, you're at our home. Like, this is where we live. This wasn't we didn't, and it's not to say anything bad about anybody that would buy a track tomorrow, but it's just like, there's a lot of love down here, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that, built this place. It's been, Grandpa instilled a lot of that in us. We do things a little different than him, as most of y'all probably know. He was a real resourceful guy, and things that worked for him back in the 80s, 90s, building the bleachers out of guardrail and concrete, that was something he loved, those things, because they built them, but as the times have changed, we've kind of had to move into the new aluminum stands. And I tell people all the time, they're like, when we were putting those up, people are coming up, they're like, man, he'd be proud of y'all. And I'm like, he would have beat me within an inch of my life. But he always had the best intentions for Shady Side. That was his baby.
Tom, what was that you was talking about? Him coming to Greer and different places.
Oh yeah, Ronnie. I mean, he would on Saturday night. You'd see him walking through, shaking everybody's hand, giving them a flyer, inviting them to come to Shady Side on Sunday. I mean, he and I'm gonna ask you a question because obviously he was a visionary. You must run in the family. You're a visionary. The purse this past week, it was $75,000, correct?
Yeah, it was 75 to win, and we had a small payback. The total purse for King of the South ended up being $82,600.
Well, my question is your vision ever, do you see in the future foresee it being a $100,000 purse someday?
Man,
is that possible, or are we dreaming?
That comes up a lot. And I kind of had to pump the brakes on my own because I can be a dreamer, and I can go in too much. 1 second. That's cute. Sorry. Ready to go to Disney World, and she's trying on all these different things, so she wants me to pay them. But yeah, I have to curb my enthusiasm for sure. And I talked to some racers the first year after the 75, and they were like, "Don't go to 100. Don't put that pressure on yourself. 75 is a huge freaking purse."
That's
but
a lot.
It's definitely in the back of my mind. Just a lot of people don't know that like that 75,000 win race, the entry fee is only $600. So I take a big chunk to make sure, because I got tired of seeing races where they're like, "Oh, it's 50,000 to win, $1,000 entry fee, 50 car minimum," and then they wouldn't get 50 cars, and they'd cut the purse down to I mean, like sometimes even keeping people's money. Like they'd have 30 cars and there wasn't a $30,000 pot. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I was big on that. So I want to make sure I can do it feasible for the racers. You know, I don't want to get into $1,000 entry fees if I can help it.
But Chad, what you got for him?
Well, I may still some of the subjects you was gonna say, but I feel like here's the right place to ask this. Talking about your grandpa and all. To me, one of the classes that stuck out to me back when he ran it was the 10-5 class. I mean, you think of Terry Robbins and I'm gonna leave out some of the names if I
Stacy
start naming
McIntyre.
McIntyre's and all that. And it's funny now how, we went through the pro mods, and now here we are back at 28 10-5s again. So they're the whole visionary thing again. I feel like your grandpa may have been ahead of his time back in the 90s. Here we are in 2020s, and I mean but I like I said, it's a great race. It's fun to watch. I mean, obviously the cars are way faster now than they was back in those days, but man, it's funny to see how that's come full circle.
Yeah, man, I talk about it a lot to different people. The racing world's on a pendulum or a cycle, whatever you want to call it. And I've watched it happen, so long. I mean, even as a kid, I've watched classes come and go. And so as that world started moving into the radial world where we were in there, you could start seeing a need for that slick tire to come back. And it's like the pendulum got way up here with radial racing. Like it's flypaper track. We're running at midnight. We didn't run at midnight, but a lot of tracks were. And the only way to sustain those guys were to do that. And so that's where the 28s kind of came back in. I'm like, I want to race during the day. And I'm tired of prepping all day. And so it was funny because like I could see it shifting. I was talking to Corey about it, but the pendulum swung way back and went to no prep, And so we went through that little era, and now I'm really hoping we're getting somewhere back in the middle here because, I don't mind prepping the track. It just has to make sense. So seeing the 28 come back, and that's why it's the King of the South. That's what it was when Grandpa done it. He had the 10-5 stuff. It was King of the South. So it was only fitting that like this King of the South made its way back into this.
And he packed the place then with that 10-5. Like he paid good money then. It was like, and if honestly, I know motors you couldn't do it every week, but I guarantee you, if Ronnie Buff put on a 10-5 race every Sunday, I guarantee you the crowd would be. I mean, the stands would be packed. Like it was the hot thing at the time, and he hit on it at the right time. It was awesome because, like I said, like he said, that old Rob Hale's another one. That Darren Hull, some of them guys. I want to say Mike Hill got his start. And you're talking names those are which Mike Hill's still involved, but I mean. Terry Robbins was the man for.
He was bad. He was bad to the bone. I'll tell you, one of the best races I remember back then. Ronnie had Billy Glenn come in up there. Oh my God, you couldn't even say. And me being a Ford man, that was my man. But that was it was you couldn't move. It was so packed and. They put up, but the thing is, them boys put on a good show, regardless of what. The Robbins, he was bad. One of the prettiest cars on the yard, and but some really good racing. And you're continuing to keep it going. It's amazing.
Chad, what you got?
Well, I was going to say, is the plan to keep it at 28, 10.5 for right now?
Yeah, that is definitely the plan. What the market will hold, that's a whole nother thing. People seem to have a love-hate relationship with that tire. They're not lasting very long, and that's one thing the radials do, man. The radials are a pound for pound good tire. If I could see, that's another thing I've told people, I'm like, had the tracks not developed the prep, I think that radial would still be outrunning slicks on a marginal track. So in my kind of, what I would love to see is, even if the 275 comes back into the fold, you race on that same style track. And that would be great, because that is a lot better tire than the 28. The 28's having a lot of issues holding up to the horsepower these guys are putting down, you know.
And I can only imagine the introduction of the 26 tall tire. I mean, them things look like little hamburger buns underneath there. Like, they're out there flying down the track with them or something. I mean,
yeah, that's me and Corey have always been big fans of the 26 stuff, and I was like, man, let's do a 26. I wanted a limited kind of class to go under King of the South, and boy, it got out of hand fast. Corey was like, I got you, man. Like, he's names, and I'm like, Corey, these are gangsters. Like, these. I'm telling you, man, that 26, it slows them down. I know people say, well, the tire's not the limiting factor anymore, but I mean, at some point it's got to be. And it really showed this weekend. It made for some close racing. It made for some great racing. But that's still, once again, you go into the issue of, like, those tires aren't going to last under those cars. So I'd say that's my biggest worry about the whole situation. What are these guys going to do with tires?
I know old Kai Kelly had the save of the day when he went through the finish line and that thing went right. And I guess having parachutes out probably helped straighten that thing up. But he looked like a hell of a driver, which he is. But he showed it looked good. Straightened it up.
Kai's a bad dude, man. He really loves racing, and he does it really good, obviously. So that was interesting to watch. We went out there and checked the track, and we found a really small spot that was just a little greasy. It wasn't slick. It was almost like the rubber hadn't set back up from cleaning. And that could have caused it. It could have not. I don't know the whole story there, but we went out there and retouched it up after that, because it sure made us tense up. You know? I was driving, you know.
Have you ever drove a car? I mean, what's the fastest you've been down the track, or have you ever, or do you got any desire to?
Yeah.
Have you done any racing yourself?
Yeah, we run a gasser. We've got a 57 Nomad that we run with the gassers. We've been 16, 611. That's the fastest I've been in anything. I have no desire to go 4s or 3s. I can tell you that. Not about myself. But then, man, the gasser's fun. There's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
So it's just hard to find the time to race. And we've got that Nova that Dad used to drive in 10.5. I've had it out a couple times, making hits in it. I really wanted to get it ready. My plan was to come out and try to race at Greer a little bit when we're off. But just time. Owning a racetrack is the worst thing for racing. If you're interested in racing, you don't want to own a racetrack.
Well, along those lines, I mean, do you all, is it you or your family, y'all are involved with Cherokee Dirt Track, correct? Speedway?
Yeah, that's Dad's deal, man. We owned Harris for years, Harris Speedway, and in 2001 we bought Cherokee, and Dad has handled that. I mean, even he handled Harris. I think that was pretty much the plan when they bought Harris. That was Dad's doings. Dad was a big dirt late model guy. He liked that stuff, and it's definitely, he's leased it out for the last 9 years, and he's back there this year, and so that's definitely split us up a little bit. We've had to really pay attention to where our labor's going, because you don't have everybody to fall back on like you used to.
Tom, what was it saying there?
Jana Hyde is wanting to know when can we get an all junior race on the schedule? Is that anything that could happen in the future?
Yeah, I think Dad actually talked to them at the team finals last year, and I need to just follow up and really start crunching the dates and not get on top of people. But I would love to. I've actually had a good amount of juniors racing with me recently, and it's been great. So I'd love to get one together. I just need to set down the dates. I've got too many. I canceled. I stopped working with 2 different promoters last year, and it was nothing bad. It was just like, I had to start weighing the options of what's performing and what's not. And we raced a lot last year, so I reeled that back in a little bit. But if I could get a junior race that would do well, I really need to sit down with some of these guys and get it done.
You going along the lines of the bracket racing. Me and Tom had talked, I think, this week, and it's neat. You guys have been sanctioned with IHRA for a few years now, and it was really cool to see, which Chad was a part of that team, but in your infancy of back being sanctioned, you guys win the team finals. That's cool. That's an accomplishment for you guys. I thought it was a neat. But
yeah, that was a big deal, man. We really enjoyed that. I got a lot of great racers, man, and so that was one of the big pushes to get IHRA sanction, was to give them a chance to get a world championship through Shadyside. And man, going to the team finals is probably the most fun thing I've done in this whole time. Like, we get to go down there and cook, and early on, people are like, "You should host it," and I'm like, "I don't want to host the thing, man.
you want to hang out."
Yeah, like, we're cooking, we're feeding everybody, we get to cheer along, and we actually won the Spirit Award at that team finals as well.
I say Aaron Plemons is saying he had a fun time with Shadyside at the finals. That's cool. I'd heard that Chad had told me in several different ones that said how good they ate. I said, man, he said, we might not do any good, but we're going to eat good. And then y'all ended up doing good. So that was neat. But
well, I'm going to tell you, we talk about tough places to race at. Shadyside is it's I've heard it compared to Shark Side. I've been over there. Last couple of times I've been, I've sitting around people rolling around in line with a triple O light, and they wonder why they ain't pulled out of the damn line for the buy run. It's like, well, you ain't got it. You know what I mean? But it's like, just cause you got a perfect bow don't mean nothing over there. There's some tough crackers over there. And it ain't no place you roll up and think you're gonna win. You got to earn it on the bracket racing side of things.
Yeah, I forget when I started working on the bracket program exactly the year, but Chad was a big help to me there. He gave me a lot of input very early on. Chad probably didn't even realize it, but I was really working on getting that stuff. I had some Friday night shootouts going on. Those didn't really work. I remember one year I got real frustrated because I'd been a couple years in trying to get the bracket program built back up. And I sat down at the end of the year and I went through my logs, and I had something like 120 something foot brake cars raced with me and 140 pro cars raced with me, or top cars. And at that time I couldn't get more than 16 foot brake and 20 top. And I was just like, I don't need it. And every one of them I talked to were like, man, you're doing good down here. I like it. I'm like, God almighty, I just need a few of these guys to come a little more often.
Yeah.
It's definitely taking its time, to get that built back up. But it's coming along. We've had some good races, we really have. And it's built some really stiff competition. Like you were saying, I know Joey Dotson was cracking everybody triple O the other week. And I mean, you did not want to be with Joey the other week, man.
No, Lord, no. He's been hot, boy.
Yeah.
Chad, what you got for him?
Well, I was on go back to the team bracket finals last year. So obviously, it ended up being in dramatic fashion with the whole run off or shootout at the end there. But man, as a driver, I'm just talking Chad here, but I mean, it was so cool to be able to pull out. I mean, just like this weekend, you had just a throng of people there that you had to go through to get to the water box, but it was a throng of red shirts. I mean, the red shirts was the shady side people. So I mean, it I mean, it was sort of putting a little bit of extra pressure on me because I didn't want to let them down. I want, obviously here's our chance as a team, and I had already sort of called our shot before we even went on the show. So, I mean, I'm like, man, don't choke now. So, but no, man, it was great. It was a lot of fun. I'm a bracket finals fan. I know that ain't the popular thing with a lot of racers nowadays, but I am so glad that Shady Side has stepped up, giving racers, if for nobody else, for me, another opportunity to be able to, compete on a team and to win a championship. And that's, I mean, I'm glad Shady Side can hang their hat on that. They have a team finals championship. So I'm super thankful for that.
Man, it's been funny watching, like after we joined IHRA, after that first team finals, watching the camaraderie grow in the pits. Like, not that there was anything bad, but there were guys that just didn't talk to each other. They'd be parked on top of the hill, and they're down here, and it is what it is. You're just competition. And now I see everybody moving around the pits. In that first year, man, Chad was really, him and Renee were keeping up with the points. Like, 'cause I'd never been to a team finals. So, like, they were keeping up with the points. They're like, nah, this ain't right. They'd go up there.
Not Chad. No way.
They had it down to a T, son.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a numbers guy, so.
Yeah. But, Tom, you got anything else for him?
No, I really do love where you headed with it, and like I said, I hope I get to get up there and race a little more with you. I've been back. I hadn't raced much there in the last probably 10 years, but I used to run there all the time, and I won a lot, and it was a lot of fun. And but I see your vision and everything you're doing. It sure is doing good, and I appreciate everything you do.
Oh, man, thank y'all. You guys are you're doing something here that people don't realize. Like, they get to watch here and have fun, but just from what I know personally, it takes a lot to get on here and do this every week and dig the content out. So I think this is a huge thing for especially our local drag racers, and seeing you guys expand and covering other tracks, man, it means a lot. Like I said, I don't get to see a lot of racing, so a lot of my news, who's doing good and where, comes from you guys. So thank you guys, man.
We appreciate it a bunch. Yeah, for sure. Oh, like Tom said, we don't keep beating it, but thank you, man, for being on. Thank you for what you do and what your family's meant to racing as well. I mean, like, you're spanning back to the early '60s, probably. I mean, like, is that correct? Maybe.
Well, yeah. As far as racing goes, yeah, Grandpa Garland had a dual wheel Austin Healey. He raced on Shady Side when it was dirt.
There you go. Yeah.
Grandpa bought it in 1980, so the family's owned it since 1980.
Okay, so you're saying 40, 45, 46 years now. Yeah, for sure. So,
man,
yeah,
we keep up with that and do a 50 year or something.
Well, listen, if the show's still going, we'll have you back on at the 50th anniversary. That's what we'll do.
Well, I got something I need y'all involved in anyway. If y'all hadn't seen it yet, I'm gonna do 24 hours of bracket racing.
See, I wanted to bring this up. I was like, man, I wanted to hint on that, but I wanted you to spill it. So
go ahead, talk to us, because I seen a little bit and I was like, I need him to tell me what this is about. So
yeah, well, see, I've already told Corey, I'm like, I got to talk to Fat Rabbit and Stick Show because I need a 24-hour broadcast of it. So we have to line up guests, right? Like, Sport Media can stream it, Fat Rabbit and Stick do the 24-hour coverage, and obviously you could have different guest hosts and whatnot and take turns. But it's just one of those things, man, where like I've been thinking a lot about, like, not letting drag racing get stagnant and having fun. And I'm a big fan of endurance stuff. I like the dragon drives. I love 24-hour of Le Mans. I like the 24-hour Lemons. I like all that stuff. And I've been really Tory Brown, guy that helps us a lot. He actually built the W's, and our buddy Lowe, another guy that helps us a lot, longtime friend. They kind of made a joke about it in the staging lanes at a race, and they're like, "We got it, 24 hours of bracket race." And I'm like, "You could do that," and it kind of coincided with something I've been thinking of. Is like, I've been thinking about having a bracket race where you could buy back as many times as you want, and we just went till everybody got tired. And that went into just like, so they all kind of came together, and I'm like, oh man, this is clicking now. We can do 24 hours. The cars can't be faster than 9:30, I think, or 9:40 is where like your safety rules start coming in. It can't be louder than a certain amount, and it can't be slower than 14, I think we said. And we're going to start at X and end at X the next day. And whoever's left gets to go into a shootout for the pot. So we're hashing out a couple details now, but right now it's looking like some small entry fees. But the idea is you can buy back as many times as you want. So, you might be great. You only have to buy back 3 or 4 times, but somebody's going to buy back. And that's going to keep growing the pot. And then you got to have like some milestone awards, like I made it 12 hours at the 24 hours. I made it 16, 18, 20. I made the 24 hours, even if you don't win the shootout, and just make it something fun. Like I said, it's I told somebody, they were like, they started really picking it apart. And I'm like, well, that doesn't matter. Well, what if somebody gets mad? I'm like, well, the buybacks are going to be $20. Like, who cares? And they're kind of like, you've already missed the point, dude. I'm trying to have fun. So we're actually details. I've got the date set for August 8th. And we're just going to jump into it and see what happens.
Chad, you got Chad's ear. I can see it already.
You can do teams of 4.
Do what now?
I'm going to allow teams of 4. You got to have at least 2 drivers and a max of 4. So you can switch shifts. It's not like one guy has to do it the whole time.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got Eric Webster, Steve Canfield.
Yeah, we done got.
There's a few of them already said they're in. Chelsea Norris said that she's in. Yeah.
Can have a Fat Rabbit Sticks team here. Y'all got all the money, and so if I lose, I'll just rely on y'all.
Shit, I'll put Chad in there and let him drive the whole damn time. He got it.
Can me and Thomas sleep and let Chad drive?
Yeah, we'll ride with his ass.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's going to have to be quiet cars. That's another thing. Like, we're going to be racing all night, so we can't have open headers storming around. There's a couple ideas, and also, like I said, keeping it slow, just for 1, safety reasons. For 2, if they're slower, they're probably not as loud. It's going to get interesting, and we've come up with some different ideas of like random draws on the tree. So like one round might be instant green, one time it might be pro tree, and just have different. Like I said, man, it's got to be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's lining up perfect for Tom. Slow and quiet. That's a forward, right?
But all seriousness, you got plenty of these already. I'm in. If we can help, we definitely would love to be a help to you for sure.
And if people want to go ahead and start mailing their entry fee, they can mail it to www.fatrabbit.com and go ahead and pre-enter.
That's fine.
Seth, he's got to pay for his singing lessons, is what it is.
Yeah, he's got to get some vocal coaching there.
Tom will sing the national anthem for you.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if this helps you. Jana's saying it needs to be tagged an insured daily driver. And that's another thing for another time, but what Lee's talking about is that slowpoke race, dude. That's that we've done them at Greer over the years. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. And that could be another day and time, but not to tap into your endurance race, because I like that idea. But
well, see, like that's an idea you could use, and like I love spitballing people, and I hate to keep y'all. I know you try to wrap it up, but that's an idea you could use for one of the random rounds, man. It's like, all right, everybody's got to be dialed in at 25 seconds.
Oh yeah,
and you have to. I think it used to be 25 mile per hour. I think you had to cross the finish line. You couldn't go there and stop and just, yeah, that's cool,
Right.
man. It's like you got different challenges in a sense each round.
Yeah.
Like what you're saying. Yeah, I like it. Johnny said instead of being the 4 horsemen, the 4 donkeys. Johnny got them donkeys in the farm. Hey, tag team. I like that, Gil. Yeah. See, Seth, you didn't realize that just Chad, you and Chad bringing this up. The buzz is already in there.
We already got a good cart count already.
Like I said, I got the date set for August 8th. I got to work on the times and all that, and I'll have some more info out soon. I kind of put it to the side when we got about 2 weeks away from Ronnie Buff. I kind of had to set that to the side, and now it's time to get back to work on it and really get the word out. Because I'm pretty well set on my rules. I think I've got my rules where I want them. It's going to be more of figuring out the entry fee, because I think you're going to be looking at about 40 rounds of racing. It's going to be a lot,
Oh, but I've never seen it done before, so that would really be cool, man. So.
Yeah, I don't know if it's ever been done. I hadn't checked, so I've been careful not to say first of a kind or whatever. But
yeah,
I've never heard of it.
I've seen the motorhome rate like bracket races before, like people running like motorhomes and stuff. That's that's different too. But yeah, that's cool, dude. And that goes back to your whole visionary stuff. That's like, it's just cool, man. It really is. So,
we'll be good as long as one of the rounds the damn driver don't have to stop at the halfway mark and get out and run the rest of the way down the damn track. We'll be all right.
I probably wouldn't put you all through that. I have thought about doing like a Le Mans start for certain rounds where, we get in the lane, you got to start over here, just to throw people off balance. Like, all right, you're next. You ready?
Yeah. Tom has to pee off a lot, so I hope you got to get you a cup.
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah, it might be rough.
Just don't pee in your drawers, because I don't want to. If you sit in the driver's seat, I don't want to go up there and sit where you're sitting at and
Lord.
sit in your pee. So, man, appreciate it again. Like I said, I don't want to hold you up anymore. This has been fun, dude. We really enjoyed it, and thanks for taking your time out to do it. But yeah, we'll definitely keep us informed on this 24-hour deal. We'd love to help out any way we can, but just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Fat rabbit and stick.
That's right. We can do it. Between us and Corey, I think we can make this happen.
I think so. I think you spread out some work. My wife and Corey are ready to kill me about this. They're like, I'm going to be gone that week. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah. So,
no, man. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, appreciate
you.
Seth. Take care, dude. We'll see you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. That went smooth.
Yeah, that was good. So here you go, Dwayne. We got some help. Dwayne can help us.
Yes, sir.
For sure. I'm still thinking about Johnny and the four donkeys. Oh, wait. What do we got coming up, guys? I haven't got off track thinking about this 24. 24-hour thing. I know you got your Eric Webster's doing his 7-0 race at Wershow Friday. Is that correct?
Yep. If the rain, I think they, like everybody else, worried about the rain. But 7-0 race number 2. Ken Butler, he won race 1, and he said he's looking to go back it up 2 for 2. And
Shag gonna bring that Nova over there and take it to him, huh? Greer's got their test and tune, and they have an 864. Greer has their test and tune in their 864 streetcar list race tomorrow night. If I don't say that, Hank will kill us. So that's a good time. Always a good show they do there. They also have their next points race this Saturday. Like you said, hopefully we can get this in. Remember, the next points race following this Saturday is June 27th. Is that correct? That's the next Greer points race. That once we get through with that race there, that's when we'll pay out the $200 that Tater and them had give for the top team at that point in the season. Farmington has their points race. They got a big action packed day. They got the 490 cars and the gear jammers as well, along with their points race. So that's they always do well up there. I seen Mooresville which Chad, you talked about. They're having the 6-0 race at Mooresville. Is that correct?
Well, I think it's the events, they call it like the streetcar takeover, kind of like one of these street and drive type things. But then, I believe the 6-0s are figured in to race with them as well. So,
and if I'm not mistaken, if somebody could tell us differently, I believe this is the last. I believe this is the last race, possibly that they're open, because I think in that same time frame, Saturday, they're supposed to reveal like their remodeling, like their drawings and stuff. They're going to show everybody what they're doing going forward with the facility. So, but yeah, I think that 6-0 obviously is in with that. But did y'all have anything else on? I saw the result. I mean, all the upcoming races I had for this weekend. Like you said about the bounty on EP and then the bounty on Shane. That's pretty cool. That don't surprise me with Bug doing that. So it's pretty cool. But
the hopefully they have a good turnout for the 490.
I'll say it's the 490 and the gear jammers and the bracket, like a points race, is all.
Man, they gonna have a lot going on.
I just say, because I think the gear jammers, there's a lot of them from that area, the North Carolina, Virginia.
Yeah.
I think they have a large turnout of just them at Farmington. So combine that with the 490s, they could have a packed house with their bracket partner.
Oh yeah.
I'll say I hoping that the 490s can keep their momentum going with the car count and continue to grow. So
we don't jinx ourselves by picking winners this time, are we?
We can.
Nah, I don't want to jinx nobody. I
don't know who's going, but I mean we can. If we are, I'm going Joseph Bagel.
Well, good. You can jinx him instead of me.
Maybe he can watch it. Maybe so, but no, that'll be an action-packed weekend. So, yeah, definitely, Trent. I know you had some stuff going on with work and all that, so yeah, it'd be cool to see you back with the truck there. So, but Y'all got anything else?
Just all I know is M3 and the champions and all that. The team of champions, they better get it together because Galt and the Three Horsemen's coming for it Saturday in the
Did y'all have
Triple Crown Challenge.
a meeting down there at Pickens?
It's coming. Well, Galt won the dang singing contest. I was going to tell y'all all that.
What did he sing?
Who went with me?
He sang "Achy Breaky Heart" or something.
Achy Breaky Heart, yeah.
I like to sing that.
I mean, got posters made and everything about it. So,
oh, so we're saying we're going Jeff. So I'm not. He is watching. So yeah, we're going Jeff. Jeff for the win and 490.
Jeff's a shoe in to finish fifth in the points. He keeps that spot locked down every year.
I say, poor Jeff. Jeff had that first round, I believe it was. Second round, he just got behind. He had his man beat. I talked to him there in staging lanes. He said he just got behind and screwed up. But I mean, he was good on the tree and all. But anyway, that old car works really good. His Nova does. But yeah, and I know we missed some comments. Thank y'all for commenting, guys. I know we missed, not on purpose, but we missed some as we was going along through the show. But thank y'all for watching and commenting and all that. We thoroughly appreciate it. But what do we got to have, guys?
Some microphone and an opportunity. That's all we need.
All we need. You may not need a microphone though on certain occasions. Maybe just here on Wednesday nights.
I just don't know my vocal cords is ready to sing over at Greer. I wish Mike Greer would quit hounding me about singing over there, you know.
I'm glad you paid the power bill so our reception stayed locked in this week. So.
Well, it must be the TikTok, you know, them what the Chinese you were saying last week was getting on us.
Yeah, they want to know what all the secrets of drag races. Even they're tuning into the Fat Rabbit Stitch show.
Oh yeah,
worldwide, ain't we? Nationwide, worldwide.
Yeah.
Man, Chad, thanks for being on as always. Appreciate y'all. We enjoyed it.
Thank everybody for all the promos this week too, man. That all that stuff helps and keeps us. No rain Saturday. That's what old Michael Hart's saying. Yep. I hope not.
Team We Are the Champions will be there.
The Fat and Furious crew. They, I would get Tom to do us a anti-rain dance, but I don't. His dance, and I've seen it before. It's about like it's singing.
I ain't as good at dancing now that my legs is give me so much trouble. But back in the day, I could tear the flow up. So.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Y'all be good. See you.
Right. See you.